Dr. Thomas Wright stood at the threshold of room 318, peering in at Mr. Samuelson, a patient whose prognosis had been grim for weeks. Thomas was a man of science, a rationalist who believed in empirical evidence and the power of medicine to solve life's mysteries. Yet, as he went about his rounds, there was a part of him that always lingered in uncharted waters, questions that arose when life defied reason. Mr. Samuelson was a weathered, elderly man with a kind heart and a steadfast faith. As Thomas approached, he could see that the man's time was nearing. The doctor made his way over, checking the monitors and assessing the man's condition with a practiced eye. But it was then that Mr. Samuelson roused slightly and, with a shaky breath, whispered, Psalm 34:8. His voice carried a conviction and peace that struck Thomas to his core. Inexplicably, the verse triggered an old, dim memory within Thomas, one he hadn't conjured in years. As a child, he'd been taken to a small church regularly by his grandmother, a pious woman who had loved that very psalm. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. It was she who had first encouraged him to explore the world, to seek knowledge, and to never fear asking questions. The memory was crystal clear. The soft church pews, the sunlight filtering through stained glass, mingling with the harmonious voices of the choir. He remembered her warm hand, reassuring yet gently steering him through the maze that was childhood fear of the unknown. Now, years later, tangled amidst the sterile equipment and machinery of a modern hospital, Thomas felt a rare touch of nostalgia and something else, perhaps a call to humility. "Doctor, is everything all right?" the nurse asked as she entered, her face lined with concern. Startled, Thomas nodded. "Yes, just a memory," he replied, his voice distant. Later that night, Thomas found himself at his desk, the words of Psalm 34:8 echoing in his mind. As he sat with his medical texts and papers scattered before him, he felt a discomfort, as if he were missing some vital element of existence. Overcoming his reticence, he took out a worn Bible, one kept not for faith, but as a relic of his youth, and opened it to the Psalms. As he read the verse again, slowly, thoughtfully, he felt the convergence of his scientific inquiry and his grandmother's timeless wisdom. "Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him," he read aloud. A wave of understanding, not fully grasped but warmly welcomed, swept over him. From that day on, Thomas began to reconcile his strict adherence to science with a reborn openness to the possibilities of faith. He didn't abandon reason, but rather embraced a more holistic understanding of the world, recognizing the unseen harmonies that science couldn't yet explain. In the days following Mr. Samuelson's passage, Thomas made it a habit to volunteer his evenings at a local shelter, seeking to offer both medical care and the human kindness his grandmother had taught him. He knew that both realms, science and faith, could coexist to bring about healing. In the hidden memories and whispered verses, Thomas found not a clash of worlds, but a remarkable harmony, ongoing and eternal. The Christian teaching of this story is that faith and reason are not mutually exclusive, and true wisdom comes from embracing both, the knowledge of the world and the unseen truths of faith.